Hello and welcome to Pete's Corner, where we take a look at a different corner of Oklahoma State University and Stillwater community each week. I'm Sandra King. Today we're taking a closer look at Oklahoma State club teams from the ground up. While not everyone can be a part of college athletics, these students have made a mark of their own on the university campus. This can't be real, but it is. You've seen it in the movies and you read it in the books. Now the golden snitch is within the grasp of your hands. How close could one of our reporters get? Jonathan Cotton has more.
The game made famous by J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter is a full club team here at Oklahoma State. The Quidditch team is real and extremely competitive. The club started 5 years ago and has already risen to a high level of play. Many students come out to take part because they are huge Harry Potter fans, and once they heard about the Quidditch team, they couldn't resist.
I had seen all the Harry Potter movies that up to that point, and my roommate had read all the books multiple times and seen all the movies, and we loved Harry Potter. We were really interested to see how the game of Quidditch was, and so we came to a practice, and the first day we did aggression training and full-on tackling, and I was just hooked right away.
Quidditch is played at college campuses all around the country, and there are different regions. OSU is in the Southwest region, along with Big 12 rivals Oklahoma, Texas, Texas Tech, and Baylor. Now, most of this region is known for their football prowess and toughness. And when you think Quidditch, most people don't think of physicality. But you couldn't be more wrong.
A lot of people hear Quidditch and they laugh and they don't think it's a real thing. And they really need to just come out and watch it because they don't believe how physical it is and how intense it is.
The Quidditch team is always looking for more people to come out and play. Appleby says he's always recruiting former football players and wrestlers to help toughen up the team. Quidditch is a game based on strategy, toughness, and a certain amount of athleticism. Appleby is looking for specific types of players, and the type he wants may surprise you.
Not finding kids who are athletic, but finding kids who will just commit to the team. Because when you come to practice 3 times a week, you work out, you can get better athletically. I can't teach commitment.
Club teams have to be a tight-knit group because for the most part, the only thing they have is each other for support. The team has to fundraise nearly $4,000 in order to attend regional and national tournaments. OSU is ranked 18th in the nation and has a big tournament this weekend in Austin. If you think you have what it takes to catch the golden snitch, the OSU Quidditch Association would love to have you. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jonathan Cotton.
Stay tuned as we take a closer look into Oklahoma State's club sports teams. Only 51 national championships? Not so fast. These Cowboys and Cowgirls are also bringing home the gold. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pete's Corner. I'm Sandra King. You see him on the sidelines of every game. But did you know that OSU has 3 different cheer teams, all of which have won national titles? Courtney Brown has more on Oklahoma State club cheer team.
If you ask anyone about the success of Oklahoma State athletics, they'll most likely point to the school's 51 national championships, the most of any school in the Big 12. But what many don't realize is that number doesn't include any of the 12 national championships from a sport in which OSU has a strong national presence. The cheer program at OSU is more than what you see on game days. It's made up of 3 nationally competitive teams, large co-ed, which cheers at athletic events as well as competitions, and 2 competition-only teams, small co-ed and all-girl. The difference between the varsity and club teams is mainly financial. Club cheerleaders, like Cortland Ivy, must fundraise throughout the year to cover travel costs and other expenses.
Well, throughout the year we get stuff like we get warm-ups and we get cheer shoes and we get uniforms and stuff like that. So not only do we have to pay for all of our trips, but we have to pay for all that other stuff too. So it's about $2,500 a person.
So where did the 2 club teams come from? There are records of OSU competitive cheer teams from the late 80s to the early 90s, but the modern era of the club cheer program began in 2006. Since then, the program has added an all-girls team and had impressive showings at national competitions. Large co-ed won NCAA Nationals in 2010 and 2013, and both the large and small co-ed teams won in 2012. However, it's not all fame and glory for these national champs.
If someone's like, oh, you cheer at OSU, blah, 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 and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, oh, can I see you down on the field? And I'm like, no, I don't cheer on the field, and they just give you this look. like you suck or something, but it's just a different style of cheerleading. They our partner stunt where it's one guy and one girl. On small and all girl, it's group stunting. So there's 3 people and then a flyer, as opposed to large, it's just one girl and one guy.
Regardless of the doubt from uninformed spectators, or even the thrill of winning a national championship trophy, club cheerleaders say competing as a family is really what makes the experience worth it.
It actually makes you closer with your team, regardless of the results you got, because we didn't win last year, but it still was the best feeling of my life, because going on the floor and looking at all your teammates and knowing they all have your back, it's just the greatest feeling you ever have.
So it turns out that just because you're not on varsity doesn't mean you can't be a champion. For Pete's Corner, I'm Courtney Brown.
Thanks, Courtney. The OSU small co-ed and all-girls cheerleading squad has talent coming from all around the world. Literally. Katie Cox finds out why.
Competitive cheerleading brings athletes in from all around the world. From Maine to California, or from Alaska to Japan, the OSU small co-ed and all-girl cheerleading squad has been stacked with some of the best cheerleaders in the country. People might wonder why these athletes will go so far away from home to compete for OSU, some of them without knowing a single soul in the state, and some of them with a dream to always step on OSU's mat. Sophomores Alicia Sanderson is from Palmer, Alaska, and grew up watching OSU's cheer teams at Nationals in Daytona, Florida. Sanderson says even though she didn't know anyone at Oklahoma State, she knew it was where she wanted to be.
My family would always watch college nationals on TV, and OSU always did so good and would place top 3, and I always loved them, and so I tried out and made it, and I knew I wanted to come here.
In the collegiate cheer world, OSU is a team you want to compete for, and who others want to beat. OSU's cheer teams are known for placing in the top 3 at nationals alongside the University of Louisville. The national popularity of OSU's cheer program is what brings the cheerleaders in, but OSU in Stillwater, Oklahoma is what gets them to stay. Kristen McKeska grew up in a military family in Atsuchi, Japan. She moved back and forth between Japan and Virginia until she first went to cheer at Hawaii Pacific University. After 2 years in Hawaii, HPU cut its cheer program, and it didn't take long after that for McKeska to get to OSU. Although Oklahoma isn't much closer to Japan than Hawaii, growing up as a military kid made the distance from home a little easier for her.
It's like a 13-hour flight back home to Japan for me, but I'm pretty used to being away from my family because I'm a military family, so my dad would be deployed a lot, and then living in Hawaii for 2 years definitely prepared me. I was on my own island, so I'm not really a homesick type of person.
Although OSU cheer has people coming in from all different places each year, the bond between these two teams is what makes them one of the top universities in the nation. It's what makes them enviable.
It really is a family. They're the people you can go to and just be so comfortable and so weird around. You know how everyone's weird, but you don't show everyone how weird you are until you're really close? Everyone is so weird at practice, and it's great to just come into your own element and just let it all out. It's a good escape from reality.
The envy and national titles can bring love and excitement for only so long, but the relationships with the team you fight and conquer with never fade. For Pete's Corner, I'm Katie Cox.
Thank you, Katie. Cheerleaders aren't the only one winning national championships, let alone flying. Caleb Surley has the view.
One of the most storied programs in all of Oklahoma State University often goes unnoticed. No, I'm not talking about golf, wrestling, or cross country. These pokes are far from the ground. Up there. Or here, I should say. I had the opportunity to experience what exactly Flight Team is with one of its leaders.
The Flying Aggies flight team is something that goes back decades. The more I've gotten into it, the more I've heard back from alumni from decades ago who competed on the flight team, and they're pumped that we're being successful and doing well. And so it's fun to get to play the present tense part of that.
Despite facing some adversity with maintenance issues, OSU took first place in the air events and first overall at the 2014 Region 6 NIFA SafeCon in Warrensburg, Missouri. Their strong performance earned the team an automatic bid to nationals in the spring. Several members placed among the top of the rankings. OSU also had 3 of the top 10 pilots at the end of competition in what's arguably the most competitive region in the country.
There's something so healthy about that competition that breeds skill, breeds excellence, breeds good decision-making skills, breeds just better pilots.
With a December graduation ahead, it's time for the 4th-year pilot to pass the baton to co-captain Michael Parisi, who will lead the team on through nationals in Columbus, Ohio this upcoming May. Sunrise may come early, but Parisi says the team is adamant when it comes to preparation. even if that means 2-a-day practices.
You fly the airplane so much that you know you and the airplane work together and you feel like you're almost one.
Since 1948, the Flying Aggies have won the Loaning Trophy 21 times, almost doubling the next 3 highest teams combined. Each year, the award is given to the top all-around collegiate aviation program. All awards and honors aside, Aiken says there's more to flying than winning competitions.
Flight team has been a huge part of sharpening every little part of me as a pilot, because you're around other pilots that want to be better and do better.
With or without Aiken's leadership, one thing is for sure. The Flying Aggies are in the spotlight on a different kind of runway. Now it's just a matter of where they will land. For Pete's Corner, I'm Caleb Surley.
Few and far between, whether it's on the ground or high in the sky, Oklahoma State University has a club team for you. Tune in next week as we take a look at the diverse cultures found in Stillwater. I'm Sandra King. Have a great day and go Pokes!